Hi, it's Lynn from LynnieCDesigns. Thank you for joining me. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in West Sussex in the UK, and I am coming on today just to recreate this card. I'm using new equipment, so I'm hoping it's in focus. It's a bit hard to see on the screen that I've got in front of me, but I will just get on and recreate this card. I'll run through quickly the products that I'm using. This was one of the projects that we made in class, and the ribbon actually was an addition after the effect. This is retired ribbon, but I thought it needed something, and I haven't put a sentiment on it because I'm going to wait until I decide what I'm going to use it for. But so I have used the Adorable Owls, which is one of the celebration sets that you can earn for free with a £45 spend. Now, I think I said at the beginning, I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and so if you haven't got a demonstrator who you purchase your Stampin' Up products for, you live in the UK, Ireland, I would love to be your demonstrator, so get in touch. All of the information will be in the description box below, and there'll be a link to my blog. So I'm using the Adorable Owls sentiment from the Happiness Abounds stamp set. I'm using the Fern 3D embossing folder. Now this is absolutely stunning. And then I've got a piece of the Happiness Abounds designer series, Hues of Happiness designer series paper. Lots of flat florals on there. I love that paper. I will share some other projects on my blog that I've made with these products, because I think they're just so lovely. So I've got a base of this is an old olive standard base, so half a sheet of A4 scored at 10.5. I've got another layer of old olive. That's the one that I'm going to emboss. I've got a piece of basic white, that's for the inside, and they both measure 10.2 centimeters by 14.5 centimeters. I've got an envelope which we might dress up to, and some more basic white that I'm going to do the stamping on. The ribbon I'm using this time is some of the Petal Pink open weave ribbon, which is lovely, petal pink. And then I've got various blends to colour in the owls. So let me just, I'm gonna go and do the embossing with this folder, and I will be back. I'm gonna pop that back there so that you can keep an eye on that, and you can see I've used the same bit of designer series paper, but this one's mostly pinks and yellows. I'm not sure if you can hear me well enough. I'm not sure how the camera is on this, or how the speaker is on the new camera. I was hoping to go live, but I'm still working it out, and I've had a really busy week work-wise. So look at that. The detail on that is just stunning. Really, really pretty. You could put some ink on there if you wanted to highlight that, but I'm just going to leave that like that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the inside of there. Now I will be fussy cutting, what did I do with, there we go. I'm going to fussy cut the owls, but I thought actually I would demonstrate a technique that I haven't used. I'm not sure whether I've ever demonstrated on here before, and that's the mirror technique. I don't know whether anybody's used that is aware of that. I'm sure you are, but basically you can reverse, it's reverse stamping I guess as well. So let me just get some Memento ink. I have got a silicone mat here, Stampin' Up do them, they're very reasonable and it's great for this technique. So I'm gonna stamp my owl. If I stamp him normally on here, and I'll use my little tool to stamp that down, you can see he's sort of facing that way. And then if I stamp on here, ink it up and stamp it, he's on that mat. I'm just going to do it twice. So there's plenty of ink. And then I'm going to pop the paper down on there and give it a press. Now if I was going to, if there were dies for this, the Adorable Owls, I would actually use the stamp to transfer it, because then you can use the dies to cut it out and you've got a perfect reversed die cut. But there you are. I think that's so cute, don't you? Anyway, maybe it's just me, but the Stamparatus is a great tool, and I love using it. So I'm not sure which one we're going to use, but let's just colour him in. I've got light and dark crumb cake. I've got dark Daffodil Delight for his beak, and then I am going to use polished pink for his bow tie, and dark suede for his feet. And then I've got colour lifter in case I need that. So let's just start colouring. I'm going to colour both of them. I'm going in with the dark crumb cake first of all. Like that, and come in with the light crumb cake, try and smooth pull that colour out. I think if I fussy cut the mirrored one, then you'll see the difference in the two cards as well as the colours. I'm just going to try and pull some of that dark. Ooh. And I'm just going to go around with the light around the edge of his head there. both of his eyes. And then round the edge of his belly as well. Over the top of that. Now I need a blue as well for his eyes, so come in with the colour lifter. I'm just going to go around that edge to soften that. Softens that harsh line. Lovely. Happy with that. Let's do his little beak. And I'm going to go and get some dark balmy blue. Make his eyes stand out. I'll just do that with some light there. Nice bright. I'm going to do that middle bit darker. There we go. And then we've got the dark soft suede to give him some darker feet. So cute. Right. What was the other thing I was going to just stamp was a sentiment, because we can cut that out. So we'll stamp the happy birthday. We'll make this a happy birthday one. I actually didn't mean to fussy cut him. I was going to use a punch, but I can still punch out my favourite punch at the moment. I don't know, do you have favourite craft stuff? Is the decorative circle punch. I think it's just a lovely, makes a nice change from die cutting. I think we'll add our little owl to a punched piece of basic white, so I might need to grab my scraps. Tiny little smudge there. I do love these owls. I think they are aptly named Adorable. So yes, it'll be interesting to see how this video turns out, because I'm recording it with slightly different software than I've done before. But hopefully it will work. Actually, do we want to fussy cut that as well? I think we will. Yeah, so this was one of my card classes this week in the evenings and yesterday morning. So I'm recording this on Sunday. Okay, I'm going to separate those out. And hopefully I'll get my post up and scheduled today as well. It's a beautiful day in the south of England. We've had an awful lot of rain, but it's dry today. No, I've done that a little bit too. There we go, like that. So cute. Where's my happy? There's my happy. Let's start on that bit. Hope you've all had a good week. If you're watching this and you're all well. Oh, I find it really hard to concentrate and talk at the same time. My husband would say that's a miracle. Let's snip that bit off there. I made that look quite painful. There we go. Happy birthday. Oh, did I just hit the camera? Maybe. Lovely. So let us grab another piece and punch. This is the decorative circle punch, and I absolutely love it. So we've got our card base. Where's my bone folder? There it is. I always like to score my card bases before I stick anything on them. Now, so let's just stick this down, shall we? I'm just going to use my Tombow glue, and I pop this off to one side in my little stand, because if you store it that way, then it actually, the ink stays at the nib and it pours easier. There's some of my ladies that come to class struggle with the wet glue. I absolutely love it. So look at that, that's just so pretty, so pretty. And for this I'm going to create a little tail, so I'm just doing it by eye, cutting up and going in from each corner. To create that tail, and if you're not happy with it you can just make it a little bit shallower. I'm going to make it a little bit shallower, a bit too pointy for me. That's it. Nice. Of course, if you wanted it more symmetrical or exact, you could just draw on the reverse or draw with a pencil. Now this card layout was actually part of a team meeting that my lovely upline Emma Goddard, Coastal Crafter, did for us before Christmas, and I'm not sure where, but it was just cased. It was actually the design was cased from the from a catalogue. So I think I'm going to just put a little bit of something on the back there. Now this is just blue that is on my brush. I'm not sure what blue I've got on there, but that will do. Just gives him a little bit of a background there. I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. Remember to get some of those out and ready this week. He kind of looks like he should be holding a balloon. So let us pop that there. I'm just going to stick him down, and I can pop the birthday sentiment. Oh, he's just so cute. So you've just got a little bit of the blue hanging out, and then I'm going to trim this down. A bit there. Right. Come on, stick for me. Fingers and thumbs. That's better. Happy birthday. And let's tie, see if we can tie a bow on camera. There we go. To adjust it like that. New snips. So very sharp. I'm keeping these for me. And now, where does the bow go? There. So we need a glue dot. Are there any left on here? We need to get rid of that. There we are. There we are. That matches his bow. This is where I first say sharp scissors. Come on, you are sharp. I know you are sharp. Because I poked myself with you earlier. There we go. And then I've got some of the glossy dots. And I know these are Melon Mambo, but I'm pretty sure they look great with that. So simple card, and I think actually what we'll do is let's just bring back, oh no, I was going to bring back and stamp another owl, but that means colouring it in, which I'm sure you don't want to see. So I've got another one which we can just, if we colour in his bow tie, he's coloured slightly differently. Slightly, but that then ties that in. And I think what I'd like to do, let's just glue him in there. Let's have him sitting down there. And I'm going to get the flap of an envelope, because at class somebody dropped, Christine, bless her, dropped Memento ink pad, and it went on somebody's envelope, and they were ever so, which is really frustrating, isn't it? We all do it, but I showed the ladies what I'd sometimes do if I do get a little bit of a fingerprint or a mark. Let's get that straight, Lynn. There we go. Lovely. Look at that. Isn't he cute? I get a mark on my envelope. Now what did I do with the envelope? There we are. This hasn't got a mark on it, but it's nice to tie the envelopes in with, now is that piece big enough? No. Tie the envelopes in with your project. So an easy way of doing that, or the way I do it, so is to add try and stay on the envelope flap. Up to the crease line. Flap that, flip that over. See, I'm too busy watching what I'm doing to see the screen, to see how it's looking. And I'm a bit of a control freak. And I think that's why the lives scare me so much. But I've got to push myself out of my comfort zone. So there we are. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And there's another one on the inside ready for you too. So there was the original one. Obviously needs a sentiment, but you can see the difference. And that one I just stamped straight on there and coloured it. But it's quite nice to have a bit of fussy cut and have a bit of dimension on there, isn't it? Looks like they're waving at each other. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and listening to me rambling. I will try and do a live, or at least share another video with you next week. Stay safe, be well, bye for now.